It's me, your boy Sam, aka the Pepper Poppy, and I'm back at it again in the white tee. Today, I have a pheno 2 Warthog, guys. This isn't just any pheno 2 Warthog. This is one that came from a variegated plant. You can tell a little bit by the pot, I guess, but the plant has white variegation all over it, and I have a red pheno 1 here. Chili Phil, what's up, brother? How are you doing? Here's a pheno 1 right here. Wes, what's up, brother? How are you? So that's just to compare the two. Here's pheno 1 right here, and here's pheno 2. And this one came from you can kind of see the variegation on the pod there a little bit. But I'm going to try to maybe eat both of these tonight if I can. So, per usual, I'm going to save the seeds, especially being that this came out of my garden, and this is the only variegated pheno 2 Warthog plant that I know of. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop the top off of that bad boy right there, I tell you what, and slice her down the middle. Ooh, this one has a pretty good placenta. Decent oil. It's hard to see, maybe. Yeah, the camera's not really going to pick it up, being that it's not a black blade. Not bad. Just got home from spending time with Jen. Nice. Nice, brother. That's good. How's she doing? Is she healing up all right? So let me go ahead and show the cross section. This one actually has a pretty decent placenta. A little oily. There's one half. Here's the other half. And funny enough, I actually crossed pollen from this plant into my Yanthy pepper. So that's going to be an interesting cross, because the Yanthy plants have purple blushing, purple variegation, whatever you want to call it. So it'll be real interesting to see. From talking to Clayton, he seems to think that the variegated one is going to be less hot. But I don't know. Rock Bandy, what's up, brother? How you doing? Chili Phil says how tough time she's been down the last few days. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. That is never fun. So I actually had this plant right next to a chocolate Deadpool and a RB003 as well. And then chocolate Primatali, and one of my Athena plants whenever this pod started forming. This pod took forever to fully grow and also to ripen. This is the first ripe pod that I have off of this plant. So if that tells you anything. Doing good. That's good, brother. I'm glad to hear that, Brock. I'm very glad to hear that. I'm going to try to get all the seeds that I can out of this, you guys, just because, like I said, this is the only variegated Warthog and general plant that I know of, let alone pheno 2. So I definitely want to save all the seeds that I can off of this. need to cut that again the other way. So please bear with me while I get the seeds out of here, you guys. I thought about starting to de-seed the shoot. I think that, yeah, went on the plate. I thought about starting to de-seed the peppers before I do the videos and stuff, but I'm really happy that this pod, the seeds look to be in good shape on this pod. And when I cut it open, there seemed to be a bigger placenta. Some of the warthogs that I've had from my garden didn't have the biggest placentas on them. So seeing that, you know, knowing that I crossed pollen from this same plant into the Eanthe is pretty awesome, because the one thing about the Eanthes, although they are crazy hot, is that the placentas aren't that big, and so might have to get a total knee replacement. That sucks, bro. That sucks, Brock. So I'm trying to get all the seeds that I can out of this. The seeds are in good shape though, and they seem to be bigger seeds, which I like. That tells me that it was a healthy plant, you know. It tells me that it has strong genetics, which is what I want, especially when I'm using it for crosses. So I checked 2 of the boxes that I wanted basically with this pepper. Thing has a huge placenta. I can actually probably just scrape these other ones out since I'm already here. Oh, I donated some peppers to a local brewery that I'm friends with the owners at too, and they texted me today. I gave them some hot sauce too, and they said that they loved the hot sauce, so that's cool. Even though I don't drink, they have what I believe is probably the best. I think Deviate's the name of it. I think it's, you know, probably the best brewery in the world. And I'm not just saying that because of them being from Indianapolis. I don't even drink anymore. So, Pepper Gardner, what's up, brother? How you doing? Yeah, okay. Wes, can you go ahead and take care of that guy? I'll just go ahead and so, thank you, Wes. Here is the variegated pheno 2 warthog, you guys, and per usual, I'm afraid. So, that's good, Pepper Gardner. I'm glad to hear it. That is a hot pepper. So, my fear going into this has come to light. Oh. Wait till you get one from Matthew, Phil, or one that looks like this. Clayton's is hot, but that is what the Warthog's supposed to look like. I think, oh my god, this is stupid hot. So, the one that Clayton's growing, and some of the ones I'm growing, I think crossed with something. Even though they're scary hot, that just tells you how hot that Warthog is. Because, yeah, Pepper Gardener, look at that. Oh my god, this is stupid hot. And that's no disrespect to Clayton's Warthogs, because Clayton's Warthogs are incredibly hot. But that's how the Warthog's supposed to look. That's how all the Warthogs I got from Matthew looked, were like this, or like a little bit different, slightly different phenos. Versus like, this came from Warthog seeds. It's a Warthog. Came out of a Warthog. But, and this one the same. But it's crossed with something. I can't say what it is, for sure. But, nonetheless, it's a very hot pepper. A very beautiful pepper. But, Clayton's kind of looked like that, I think. Versus one that hasn't crossed. Looks like this. Gotta run and make a call. Alright, Phil. And again, that's not anything against Clayton. Clayton got his seeds from me. That's why our peppers look the same. That's why both of us have chocolate Warthog peppers. But my nose is running on my left side. It's starting to run on my right. It's a stupid hot pepper. But I've been eating a bunch of sunflower seeds lately. Nice, you save a bunch of seeds. Are those isolated? Of this, they're not isolated. I think I might dig up the plant and have my friend, because I'm going to the Philippines next week. But I'll save seeds out of that pod. I might dig up the plant and have my friend take that plant and overwinter it for me. Just because I have a gator warthog plant that he's going to take care of. Another pretty pod. That's a king naga there, you guys. Here's a ghost scorpion, chocolate ghost scorpion. I'll pick some more of those today. But so he's gonna he's gonna overwinter a gator warthog plant, because I think he said the gator warthog plant I gave him died or something. So there's a dead pool right there. At least that's what I believe it is. I have a hellhammer here and a mutant X. This is a huge mutant X, you guys. I think it's probably like 16 grams. Find out. Oh man. So that variegated pheno 2 is hot. It's one of the hottest peppers I've ever ate. 15.6 grams on that mutant X. Ugh. It's one of the hottest peppers I've ever ate. I would say it peaked around 9. Oh man. Because I think it peaked already. My nose is still running. Nine point two, probably. Because I think I gave that. I think I gave the Firestorm F1 like a 9.18. I think this is just the slightest touch hotter than that. But oh, there's a tear. I don't get tears. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Right there is a tear. But yeah, so yeah, I think it peaked around a 9.2. It's not as hot as the pheno 1, but pheno 1s I ate were also grown by Matthew. So and they were a lot bigger than that pod. I should have weighed it. I don't know why I didn't weigh it. I have other other pods on the plant, and I'll be saving seeds from those too. They look great, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I can send you some seeds for some stuff. Pepper Gardener. I'm sorry, Pepper Gardener. I forget your first name. I subscribe to your channel and stuff. I love your content. You seem like a really nice guy. I forgot your first name. Matt. That's why. Matt. Yeah, Matt, if you because we're friends on Facebook. So if you shoot me a message after this, and shoot me an address, I can get some seeds together for you and send them your way. Because I like your channel. I like your message. I'm a believer myself. So, you know, I really respect what you're doing. And I respect, you know, you talking to people about that stuff. Talking to people about Jesus nowadays will get you killed. I mean, look at what happened last week. So, I'm not trying to get political, but so sure I'll hit you up, bro. I got some seeds. Awesome, brother. Yeah, I'll I mean, I got a lot of cool stuff that I've grown this year, so but yeah, that pepper's peaked out already. I mean, I still got dragon's breath, but just stupid hot pepper. Oh, you guys want to see something cool? Talk about cool peppers. The Yanthees, I had 5 plants of them, right? Plants 1 and 2 were so hot that I was like, holy crap. I started sending them out to everybody. Those 2 were in 30-gallon grow bags. The other 3 were in 5-gallon grow bags. So, and honestly, I neglected them. I didn't take care of them as well as I should have. But I tried one. and it was hotter than the ones off of plant 1 and plant 2. And I was talking to Clayton, I think on the phone whenever I did it, actually. And I was like, holy crap. But looking at them, they look more like chocolate primatalis than the other Eanthes do. Because here's an Eanthe off of plant 5. And off of all, what's up, Gouthy? How you doing, brother? And off of all the other plants, I haven't got any that look like that. And they're kind of consistent with it. Here's another pepper off of plant 5. So they have that more of that chocolate primatale kind of look to them. I got seeds if you need anything. Yeah, I mean, Matt, I'll just shoot me a list. I mean, next year I'll probably, sorry, not to get off topic. These are, so this is off of plant 1 or 2. This is off of plant 5. So this one looks more like the chocolate, or not chocolate, Purple Reaper. This one looks more like the chocolate primatale. So no wonder it's hotter. So, and even though these have a chocolate primatale type of placenta, these have the chocolate primatale placenta, like to a T. So, which is bigger than the one that looks like a chocolate primatale placenta. So, yeah. Anyways, this video's at 22 minutes, you guys. Clayton, what's up, brother? How you doing? I just ate I ate that pheno 2 variegated red warthog. Clayton knows this pod. I sent him pictures of it already. He really likes it, the look of it. So, you see this, Clayton? So it's good that you hopped on, because I was just talking about this earlier. These are kind of like what your warthogs look like, right, Clayton? Like this, or like this, because they came out of the same seeds as mine. No. Where is it? Or is it like this? I don't know. Something like that. One of those. Was it this? It's like this phenotype, right? Kinda, yeah, see? So the ones that, a lot of the plants that I'm growing and some of the warthogs Clayton had looked like that. But this was more of the original phenotype. So I was kind of breaking that down to people. As far as the pheno one is concerned or whatever. But I was thinking about eating this one too, but I don't want to be up all night with the calf cramps, guys. I got to work tomorrow, and kind of looks like the one you sent me, Clayton. Haven't tried it yet. Yeah, and it still is it's a beautiful. Let me find it. I got so many pods over here. Was it this one? I think it was this one. Kind of like that. But they're screaming hot, and they're extra hot because Clayton grew them. They're gonna be hotter than the ones I grew because Clayton grew them. Clayton's a better grower than what I am, but that is the pheno 1 shape that was kind of released. I am not, Sam. Yes, you are. You are a much better grower than me. You know how to grow hot pots, Clayton. I don't know how to grow hot pots. So, oh, check this out, Clayton. Massive Mutant X. 15.6 gram Mutant X. I'll be cutting this bad boy up and saving seeds out of it. And I'll have to send some of them to you, Clayton. Because that is the biggest Mutant X I've ever seen. So, Clayton, this is the kind of like the shape that they're going for with the red Deadpool, right? Seeds, please. Yes, please. I got you, brother. That thing is huge. Exactly. This is the red Deadpool desired pheno, right, Clayton? I ate the biggest Scotch bonnet today. It burned me pretty good. I bet, bro. I bet. Yeah, I'll definitely send you some seeds. That's 15.6 grams, Clayton. I just weighed it. I have no clue. Yeah, because this came out of the red Deadpool seeds that you sent me. Because that's you're the one that sent me red Deadpool seeds in the winter or whatever. But I thought it looked beautiful. Look at that stinger, bro. I saw that stinger. Whether it's the desired phenotype or not, bro. I have another plant in a terracotta pot with just kind of like, you know, this was grown in the ground. But, you know, it has, oh, I got it from Mr. Ralph. Okay. But I have another one in a terracotta potter. And they look pretty. They're just smaller pods. You know what I mean? For the for those Deadpools. I don't have any ripe ones on the table for the red Deadpools. Here's a chocolate one. I usually have no problem with Scotch bonnet, but this one was angry. I bet, bro. Is that mutant cross one of yours? No, that Mutant X is a Matthew Arthur cross. It is a cross of a Jace Peach Ghost Scorpion and a MA Warthog. So I was working on some Mutant X crosses, but right now I'm just worried about going to the Philippines. That's not a, where the heck is it? Here's a Mutant X too. If you want seeds from this one, Clayton, I can send you some seeds from this one too. This one's a huge one too. It's just the other one was like 15.6 grams. I can weigh this one. I bet you this one's like 13 grams, 12.5 grams. Need to put some Primo on that Mutant X. Well, guess what, Clayton? Guess what I grew? Yeah, 13.06 grams. Guess what I grew right next to the 15.6 gram Mutant X, Clayton? Guess what I grew right next to this? 7-pot Primos. So, it was 7-pot Primo, Mutant X, and then red Deadpools. So, I forget how many Primo plants I had in that specific row at that end next to it. But it was literally sandwiched. So I had like, I think a few 7-pot Primo plants there that I grew from seeds I got from Troy. And then a bunch of Mutant X, probably like 10 or so, maybe a little bit more, I forget. And I had 2 red Deadpool plants next to that, and then I think maybe Warthogs on the side of that. And then CP115s, Warthogs, and what was it? The Dougal Scorpion cross. And and then and Warthogs, and then CP115s, and then Mutant Nexus again on the other side of that. So I love it when you talk with your hands. I bet you do, Clayton. So do I. But yeah, that I think that 7 Pot Primo Mutant X cross could potentially be the hottest. That cross could end up being the hottest pepper on the planet. So, I don't know. It's going to be hard to beat the Warthog, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, though. Here's a little Juggernaut. NK Juggernaut. But, you know, that's all. I mean, the conversation is it this pepper or is it this pepper? Because I've seen people say this pepper's hotter, but all of these that I've had have been hotter, for what it's worth. I've sent people some of these. That's a crazy looking chocolate primatale from this same plant. They've said the Ianthes and the Athenas are hotter. I don't think that they're hotter than this. I don't know, though. One of the people I sent the Athenas to said that the Athena was as hot as any Warthog they had. So, they said it was hotter than the golden primatale, the chocolate primatales that they had. So, I don't know. Y'all have a good night. I'm old and need sleep. Yeah, I mean, you know, when you're 67 years old, Clayton, you know, when it gets around 8 o'clock, it's past your bedtime, bro. So, would love to see your cross procedure, or maybe you have a video out there. I think maybe on Facebook I did, like a long time ago. But yeah, I'll try to make another video like that, Matt. You can do crosses a couple different ways. You can do crosses like how Matthew does, and you can kind of like, so for example, let's say I have out in the garden, right? Let's say I have, because in the big part of the garden I have room for probably about 200 plants, something like that, depending on how close together I put them or how far apart I put them. But is it possible that every person could perceive the heat differently? Yeah, Gouty. I think that's definitely a thing, like an actual thing. But so you could do like how Matthew does. And so, like, for example, let's say I took that whole big part of the garden over there, right? And I wanted to grow nothing but the Ianthes out there. If I wanted to cross the Ianthes and the Athenas, I could take and have 200 Ianthe plants out there. I could take one Athena plant and put it right in the middle of all of them. I could harvest those plants, or those peppers, sorry, all year long. And, you know, the next season I could grow out all of those seeds. And I could see how it turns out. Or you could do like what I do, typically, which is you could do like what I do typically, which is not typically, always with my crosses, my intentional crosses, that is, up until this point, obviously, because I kind of did what I just explained that Matthew does this year, but there's no way of knowing. So unless you have a lot of land. Thumpy, what's up, brother? But or you could do an emasculation process, which would include a pair of these. And so what you'll do in that situation, I'll have to make a video on it. You would take, imagine this is a flower bud that hasn't opened up yet, right? My fingers are the petals. I would take these tweezers and I would go to the end of the flower bud and I would peel the leaf off. I peel the next leaf off. I peel the next leaf off, right? Until all the leaves are gone. And then imagine this is the anthers inside of the pepper, and then there's this pistil right here, right? I would peel all the anthers off, to where it's just that pistil of the plant that I want to pollinate into. The plant I want to take pollen from. Some people take like a vibrating toothbrush and like a shot glass, and I don't do that. I just go and I find a flower that is actively producing pollen. And I pull that flower off. And I go to the flower bud that I have emasculated, and I'll take and I'll mark, not on the stem itself where it's coming out, but I'll like take tape or like a, yeah, I have some of these right here, these tags, and I'll tie it to that, and then I'll watch it basically. Oh, but so pistil, flower bud, producing pollen, and I'll put the pistil from the one I want to cross into next to the flower that's open, and I'll put them pistil to pistil, and I'll let it sit there. And you can even tell too, because the end of the one that you're trying to pollinate into, if it's ready, it'll kind of have like a slightly like pained look to the end of it. And fat fingers, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. But I'm telling you, it's that grip strength, bro. It's that grip strength. You know, get them with one of these. No, I'm just kidding. So you put the pollen or the flower that you've taken off that's producing pollen from the one that you want to cross into the other plant. You put it onto that. You know what I mean? I have fat fingers. Oh, yeah, I mean, a lot of us do. Oh, I see what you're saying now, Thumpy. Sorry. But, gorilla hands. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm kind of on the skinnier side, but, like, I'm telling you, these forearms are jacked. The hands are strong. Oh, yeah, baby. But, so then what you'll do is you'll watch that, and then if it starts, and I don't ever do just one. I always try to do at least two each time that I do that, Matt. And then I'll watch them, because like that variegated pheno 2 warthog into the anthe, I did two that same day, and I watched both of them that whole time. They both started producing peppers, but one of them ended up breaking off. The other one ended up growing. I crossed chocolate primatali into the chocolate warthog this year as well. I did two of them. Okay. Only one of them ended up making it. The other one broke off. So that being said, always do at least two, if not three or four or five. You know, it's never going to hurt to have more seeds of the same cross to grow out. It's just not. You know what I mean? It's not going to hurt. It's not going to be a bad thing. So, super helpful. Thanks for explaining. Thank you. Mixing pistils. Please continue. Exactly, Thumpy. So, that's how I do it. And then, after that pepper matures, you'll take the seeds out, dry them for at least 5 days. Unless you want to immediately plant them to grow them, but if you're going to save them to grow them next season, dry them out for 5 days like you would any other pepper seeds, and then do whatever seed starting process that you would normally do. So I love USA. God bless my country, USA. Yep, same, John. Anyways, guys, we're over 40 minutes here. I'm gonna hop off of here. I want to do some more reviews before I end up going to the Philippines. Who knows? I might eat this one tomorrow just to compare. Sam, I thank you. I thank you, Thumpy. You are a good friend and an awesome guy, Thumpy. You are. So keep up the good work, brother. Hey, I'll always do my best. I'll always do my best, So luckily, God and my family, my loved ones, God first. None of it would be possible without God. They helped save me. Last year I was drinking too much, But with God, with my family, and with keeping my mind busy growing peppers, crossing peppers, making hot sauces and stuff, I was able to keep my mind off of drinking because I was drinking too much. So, yeah, through a good support system and with God on my side, I was able to do that. So, crossing pepper sounds interesting. Yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna hop off here, you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by. My thing would keep up with your face, Sam. Thank you, brother. My thing would be, my message for this video would be, life's never going to be perfect, guys. There's going to be things you're going to struggle with. There's going to be things that you go through in life, But the Bible will tell you that, God's never going to give you a problem that you can't solve with Him. So right now, I think there's an attack on Christianity in the United States. So even if some of you may be atheist, or agnostic or Muslim or whatever, if you have a problem and you're struggling with it, pray on it. Leave it up to God. Take a chance. You know what I mean? So Isaiah 40:29-31, He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord. Amen, brother. So, Keith and Tina Wolf, what's up, brother? Keith makes, I don't know if you guys know Keith or not, but Keith makes some of the best hot sauces, I think, in the world. So, keep on keeping on, bro. Speak it loud, I'm telling you, bro. So, if you guys are going through something, pray on it. So, keep doing the good works. I'll do my best, brother. I'm telling you, man. I love you guys. Thank you all for stopping by. Peace and God bless.